et surtout sur le AAU. Keep watching it and it will change the way you interact with higher education on the continent. AAU, great job.
I want to tell you that AAU television is fantastic, it's educative, it's informative, and it is a must for anybody who is interested in higher education in Africa.
When I was in Accra last year, I did an interview on this TV. It's a very important mouthpiece.
It's a data, it's a bank of all we need for the development of higher education in Africa.
People should...
Good day and thank you for tuning in to the AAU TV Midweek News, coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities here in Accra, Ghana. My name is Mamiukwa Otoakwa Nyame, and now to our top stories. In higher education, African university leaders visit University of Johannesburg to boost innovation and entrepreneurship. In health, Ghana named in $52.5 million initiative to tackle maternal debt. In business, Ghana urged to expand Tema oil refinery amid global fuel crisis. And in international, Trump delays strikes of Iran amid ongoing talks. Please stick with us for the news in detail after this short break. We'll be right back. Now, a growing dispute over the employment of foreign academics is intensifying tensions within South Africa's higher education sector. The debate escalated in March following a parliamentary review led by committees of higher education and home affairs, examining the role of foreign nationals in universities. The issue centers on concerns about compliance with immigration laws, academic freedom, and the future of internationalization. While lawmakers insist on legal accountability, university leaders warn that increased scrutiny risk undermining academic independence and global collaboration. The situation highlights broader political and social tensions linked to migration and employment.
Lawmakers in South Africa say institutions must comply fully with immigration and labor laws. They are demanding detailed data on foreign staff, including their numbers, visa status, and roles within South Africa's higher education sector. Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Higher Education, Teboho Liche, maintains that the review is not aimed at excluding foreign academics. He explained that the focus is on ensuring that all appointments are made in full compliance with the law. However, university leaders and academics have expressed concerns about the tone of the debate. Some vice-chancellors describe the situation as a growing challenge to academic freedom and warn against what they see as increasing political pressure on universities. Education experts argue that international collaboration is essential for research, innovation, and global competitiveness. They caution that limiting the participation of foreign scholars could weaken the quality of higher education. South Africa's Higher Education Ministry reports that foreign academics make up about 12% of permanent academic staff, a figure that has remained stable over time. Analysts say the issue reflects wider tension around migration, unemployment, and national identity. There are also warnings that political rhetoric could fuel anti-immigration sentiment within academic spaces. Despite disagreement, stakeholders are calling for continued dialogue to balance legal compliance with the need to maintain open and global connected universities. The debate continues to expose deep divisions over the future direction of higher education in the country.
Meanwhile, a delegation of 13 vice-chancellors from across Africa visited the University of Johannesburg on March 18th to explore how universities can drive innovation and economic growth. The visit held in Johannesburg is part of a program led by the Kenyan National Innovation Agency in partnership with the British Council and the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. The initiative aims to strengthen the capacity of university leaders to transform institutions into hubs for entrepreneurship and technology development. The visit includes engagement with innovation centers and experts to support knowledge sharing and collaboration across the continent.
A delegation of 13 vice-chancellors visited the University of Johannesburg in Johannesburg as part of a continental program focused on entrepreneurship and innovation. The initiative is led by the Kenya National Innovation Agency in partnership with the British Council and the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. The program is designed to help universities move beyond traditional teaching and research roles to become engines of economic development. The University of Johannesburg has been selected as a leading example in innovation, technology transfer, and entrepreneurial education. Professor Erica Kerma Mbula says the visit reflects the university's growing reputation as a center for innovation-led development on the continent. She explains that the delegation will engage with academics and innovation experts and visit key facilities including the university's Technology Transfer Office and the Uniport Innovation Hub. The Uniport Hub, developed in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, provides students and researchers with access to artificial intelligence tools, incubation program, and investor networks. Officials say the facility is already supporting startups in areas such as digital technology, education, and aquaculture. Vice-Chancellor Professor Letokwa Impidi emphasizes that innovation begins with creating the right environment for ideas to grow into real-world solutions. He noted that universities must play a key role in tackling challenges such as youth unemployment by producing not only graduates but also entrepreneurs. Experts say the visit highlights the growing importance of collaboration among African universities in building innovation ecosystems. The program is expected to strengthen partnerships and support the development of high-impact entrepreneurial institutions across the continent.
Now, Global Health Financing Organization UNITAID has launched a $52.5 million initiative on March 19, 2026 to expand access to life-saving treatment for pregnant women across Africa. The program, called Supreme, will operate in 7 countries, including Ghana, with a primary focus on 5 nations. The initiative targets pre-eclampsia and anemia, 2 leading causes of maternal and newborn death. It will be implemented through partnerships with Amref Health Africa and the Clinton Health Access Initiative, aiming to improve access to essential medicine, strengthen antenatal care systems, and address supply chain and diagnostic challenges.
Ghana has been selected as a key beneficiary of a new multi-million-dollar global health initiative aimed at reducing maternal deaths. The program, launched by UNITAID, will invest $52.5 million to improve access to treatment for pregnant women across Africa. The initiative, known as Supreme, targets preeclampsia and anemia, 2 of the leading causes of death among mothers and newborns. Health experts say these conditions claim tens of thousands of lives each year, despite the availability of effective treatments. In Ghana, the situation remains critical. Data from Kolebu Teaching Hospital shows that maternal mortality remains high, with many deaths occurring at home or shortly after hospital admission. Officials say the challenge is not the lack of medical solutions, but limited access to them. Key treatments such as magnesium sulfate, which can significantly reduce life-threatening complications, are often unavailable or underused. The program will also introduce tools such as low-dose aspirin, blood pressure monitors, and anemia diagnostics to strengthen antenatal care. Executive Director of United, Felipe Dutton, states that it is unacceptable for women to continue dying from preventable pregnancy complications. He explained that the initiative aims to accelerate access to both proven treatments and new innovations in maternal health care. The program will be implemented in partnership with Amref Health Africa and the Clinton Health Access Initiative, working closely with governments and health systems. Amref's Chief Executive Officer, Gitinji Gitahi, knows that the priority is ensuring that life-saving treatments reach the right patients at the right time. Experts say the initiative will also generate data to guide future health policies and improve delivery systems across the continent. The intervention is expected to strengthen maternal health care and save thousands of lives across Africa.
Please stick with us for news and discovery after this short break. We'll be right back.
Hello Africa is your live breakfast show delivering informative, entertaining, and energizing start to your day.
Our expert reviews break down the headlines and help you make sense of today's news.
We bring you nothing but the most interesting highlights on our top African stories.
Plus lifestyle features, inspiring interviews, and the best on the continent.
Every episode is packed with stories that inform, inspire, and celebrate the spirit of the continent.
Catch us live every Monday at 9 a.m.
And be part of the conversation on our social media platforms.
Hello Africa, bringing the continent to your morning.
You're welcome back from the break, and now in Discovery. Nigerian fintech company Number has launched its global payout API on March 20, 2026 to address challenges in cross-border payment. The solution is designed for payment operators in Nigeria and beyond who face difficulties with liquidity management, foreign exchange sourcing, and regulatory compliance. The platform introduces virtual account, instant currency conversion, and integrated compliance systems. It also supports stablecoin funding options, aiming to simplify transactions, improve efficiency, and strengthen digital financial services across international markets.
A new digital payment solution is set to transform cross-border transactions for businesses in Nigeria. Fintech company Number has launched its global payout application programming interface designed to address key operational challenges in international payments. The company explains that payment operators often face difficulties managing liquidity, sourcing foreign exchange, and complying with multiple regulatory systems. It adds that many businesses rely on over-the-counter markets to access foreign currencies while transactions are still in progress. This, according to the company, creates financial strains as capital becomes tied up on both the collection and payout sides. The new platform introduces virtual account that allows businesses to collect funds more efficiently. It also enables instant currency conversion within the same transaction process, reducing delays and operational complexity. The company further states that the system integrates compliance requirements directly into its infrastructure. This includes alignment with the regulatory framework such as the Central Bank of Nigeria, as well as international standards across Europe, the United Kingdom, and Canada. In addition, the platform supports stablecoin funding options, including USDT and USDC. Mumba explained that the solution is designed to address structural challenges within Nigeria's cross-border payments ecosystem. It notes that the platform aims to simplify operations, improve capital efficiency, and support the expansion of digital financial services. Industry observers say innovation like this could play a key role in strengthening Africa's position in the global digital economy.
In sports, global sports brand Puma unveiled new football team kits for 11 countries on March 19 in New York. The launch featured nations across 4 continents, including key African teams such as Ghana, Senegal, and Morocco. The event aimed to celebrate football culture by combining sport, music, and community engagement. Instead of a traditional stadium review, the kits were introduced through street-level activities, allowing local players and fans to experience them firsthand while highlighting Puma's growing influence in global football.
Global sportswear company Puma launched an event that took place in New York City, bringing together football, music, and community in a street-level celebration of the sport. Rather than a traditional stadium unveiling, the kits were first worn by local players in live matches across the city. The participating nations spanned 4 continents, including Ghana, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and Egypt. This gives Puma one of the strongest representations of Africa teams among global kit manufacturers. Vice President of Global Brand Marketing at Puma, Nadia Koukni, explains that the event was designed to connect directly with fans in meaningful spaces. She says the goal was to give local football communities early access to the kits in real playing environments. The event featured a series of themed installations representing each nation through food, music, and cultural displays. Football legends including Asamoah Gyan, Ricardo Quaresma, and El Hadji Diop were present to connect with fans and celebrate the sport. A live music performance by Black Sherif added to the atmosphere of the event. Puma's Vice President for Team Sports, Dominique Gateya, states that the collection reflects the cultural identity and global spirit of football. He notes that the brand is equipping nearly a quarter of the teams heading into this summer's major tournament. The new kits featured advanced fabric technology designed to enhance performance and comfort. They will be available globally from March 24. Industry analysts say the launch reinforces Puma's position as a major player in international football ahead of the upcoming global competition.
Now, gospel industry figure Ninoy has called for unity among stakeholders following debate over the 2026 Telecel Ghana Music Award nomination. On March 17 in Ghana, he addressed concerns surrounding the exclusion of PCS Star from the Artist of the Year category. He explained that the category is competitive and not genre-specific, meaning all artists are assessed against the same criteria. He encouraged the gospel community to support Diana Hamilton, the only gospel nominee in the topmost category, and highlighted the strong representation of gospel artists across the award categories.
Gospel industry figure Ninoy is calling for unity in the gospel music community following controversy over the 2026 Telecel Ghana Music Awards nominations. The debate has centered on the absence of Esther PCA from the Artist of the Year category, despite a strong year for the singer. Meanwhile, fellow gospel artist Diana Hamilton secured a nomination, making her the only gospel artist in the top category. Ninoy explained that the Artist of the Year category is highly competitive and not genre-specific. He said all artists are evaluated on the same criteria, including releases, performances, reach, and overall influence over the year. Regarding Esther PCA, he noted that while she delivered a hit song, Nyamiye, hitting the top category's requirement involves more than producing a single hit. He added that Diana Hamilton's nomination reflects her ability to meet the necessary benchmarks during the review period. Beyond the headline category, he highlighted that gospel artists remain strongly represented across the award scheme. He pointed the categories including male and female vocalist, Songwriter of the Year, New Artist of the Year, and Song of the Year, where gospel acts like Perez Muzi, Grace Charles, Lordina Soprano, Pastor Kofi Boam, Adum Kiki, and Esther PSA continue to compete. He urged the industry to move past debate and rally behind Diana Hamilton as a representative of the gospel community in the Artist of the Year category. He emphasized the importance of collective support and unity within the gospel fraternity at this time.
Global oil prices have surged above $100 per barrel this week as the ongoing war in the Middle East disrupts shipping through the Strait of Hormuz and damages energy facilities in the Gulf. The price increase, driven by escalating strikes involving United States, Israel, and Iran, is affecting economies across Africa. Energy regulators warn that sustained shortages could reduce continental economic growth, while households are already facing rising fuel and food prices. Governments are considering rationing, subsidies, and long-term investment in alternative energy to cushion the impact.
The Africa Sustainable Energy Center has called on the Ghanaian government to rehabilitate and expand the Tema oil refinery. The appeal comes as the closure of the Strait of Hormuz following United States and Israeli airstrikes on Iran has pushed global crude prices above $100 per barrel. ASEC warns that Ghana's heavy reliance on imported refined fuels make the country vulnerable to international supply disruptions and price volatility. The refinery, which consumed crude processing in December 2025, currently operates under a tolling agreement and cannot yet refine oil from Ghana's offshore fields, including Jubilee, Ten, and Sankofa. Even with planned expansions, Toll would supply less than two-thirds of Ghana's daily petroleum demand without further investment. ASEC argues that restoring and modernizing Toll would reduce exposure to global shocks and cushion the economy. The National Petroleum Authority estimates that a comprehensive upgrade could cost around $200 million, with analysts suggesting a public-private partnership model for investment. Meanwhile, UNCTAD has warned that higher energy, fertilizer, and transport costs from the Hormuz disruption risks intensify cost of living pressures for developing economies, including Ghana. Experts say the push to expand Toll is a strategic move to strengthen national energy security and reduce dependence on imports on a volatile global market.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced on Monday, March 20, 2026, that military strikes on Iranian power plants would be postponed for 5 days. The move comes as the U.S., Iran, and regional partners engage in discussions aimed at ending the 4-week-old conflict in the Middle East. The talks involve Turkey, Egypt, Pakistan, and Iranian officials intending to resolve hostilities and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The delay follows Trump's early warning that Iran's failure to allow shipping through the strait could trigger attacks on critical energy infrastructure. Markets responded immediately, with Brent crude oil briefly dropping below $100 per barrel and U.S. stock futures recovering. The postponements seek to avoid fatal impacts on regional electricity grids, desalination plants, and global energy supplies.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced on Monday that he had ordered a 5-day postponement of military strikes on Iranian power plants. He explained that the decision came after what he described as a very productive discussions between U.S. and Iranian officials over the past 2 days, aimed at a complete resolution of hostilities in the Middle East. The talks, according to reports, included representatives from Turkey, Egypt, Pakistan, and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. The discussions focus on ending the war and resolving outstanding issues, with Iran requesting Washington's direct involvement. Trump instructed the U.S. Defense Department to delay strikes pending the outcome of these negotiations. He told U.S. media that Iran was eager to reach a deal, potentially within 5 days. Israel was reportedly informed of the discussions and is expected to suspend targeting of Iran energy facilities in line with Washington's pause. In view of this, markets reacted swiftly. Brent crude briefly fell nearly 13% to under $100 per barrel, while U.S. stock futures reversed earlier losses, rising around 1.3%. The postponement comes after Trump's earlier warning that Iranian power plants would be destroyed if Tehran did not open the Strait of Hormuz to shipping. The strait remains effectively closed, threatening a fate of global oil and liquefied natural gas supplies. Experts warn that attacks on Iranian electricity grids could severely disrupt desalination plants, which provide drinking water to Gulf nations including Bahrain, Qatar, and the UAE. The International Energy Agency has described the energy crisis as worse than past global shocks combined. Recent strikes in Iran have already killed civilians and damaged infrastructure, while Saudi Arabia intercepted ballistic missiles targeting Riyadh. The 5-day pause provides a window for diplomacy to prevent further escalation and stabilize both regional energy flows and global markets.
That is all for the news, and now let's take a quick recap of our headlines. In higher education, African university leaders visit University of Johannesburg to boost innovation and entrepreneurship. In health, Ghana named a $52.5 million initiative to tackle maternal deaths. In business, Ghana urged to expand Tema oil refinery amid global fuel crisis. And in international, Trump delays strikes on Iran amid ongoing talks. And I thank you very much for sticking with us on the AAU TV Midweek News. Get interactive with us via our dedicated social media platforms at Association of African Universities on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Mamekwa Otoakwanyami. See you next time, and bye.